With my expertise in this business and my breadth of knowledge, I want to help agents be more successful. And so many are not. 8% of the people who enter the insurance industry will exit within 3 years. That's 92%. One of the primary reasons that occurs is because they're not making money.
But now for the first time, agents will be able to control the quality. If they want to talk to 2 people a day, but they want to make sure that those people know exactly that this ad is about life insurance, and then they even get to call you because they've seen your video, your picture, you're warming the lead. And so what you're doing is you're front loading a lot of the sales force and you're replacing it with marketing. And that's the beauty of this ICA system.
I still, on a consistent basis, write 300 to 400 apps a year. Most agents in this business write less than 100 applications per year. A matter of fact, you'll probably only find 10% that do over 100. I've done that consistently for many, many, many years. After looking at this for so many years, my wife and some of the other people that have worked with me for years began to encourage me. Mr. Love, you need to reach out to these people. You need to let them know that there's a better way to do this business. You need to share with them some of the things that you are utilizing to grow your business and that has worked successfully for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our podcast. Today I have a special guest with me that I'm extremely lucky to be with and learn from in the life insurance space, Mr. Rick Love. Hello, sir.
Hello, Brother Roussel.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good.
How about yourself?
Good. So today we're going to be discussing a couple interesting concepts, especially the lead generation aspect of this business. Over the past couple months, we've been working with many agents with their lead generation. We've been able to help them from their past situation of buying expensive leads or having to go after friends and family to now having their own source of leads. So that's what we'll be talking about today. I'm very excited for you to share your personal experience with generating your own leads and how that is and how you've been able to help other people. But before we get into that, I just want to have the audience be aware of who you are and really let them know why you're qualified to speak to them and give them advice over the others in this business that are preaching many things. Why should they listen to you, Mr. Love?
Well, Mr. Roussel, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you and to the audience that we're addressing today. I've been in the insurance and financial service industry now for approximately 30 years. I'm a 23-year consecutive $1 million round table qualifier, a designation that less than 5% in this industry have attained, and certainly not for 23 consecutive years. And with my expertise in this business and my breadth of knowledge, I want to help agents be more successful in this business. And so many are not. Statistically speaking, 8% of the people who enter the insurance industry or financial service industry will exit within 3 years. So that's 92% that at some point fall away. And one of the primary reasons that occurs is because they're not making money. And obviously the reason they're not making money because they run through their warm market. Warm market is people that you know, people you may associate with, people on your job, etc. Once you finish working those people and selling them product, who do you talk to now? Who do you sell to on a consistent basis? And that's the problem. And so people enter this industry with great enthusiasm. Certainly they have the intent to succeed. Otherwise, why study to take the examinations and all the things that people have to do to be licensed to sell products in this business? And so what I want to do and what we intend to do with you and the program that we offer is to help agents to circumvent that problem, to master that problem, whereas it's no longer a problem. We're going to offer them a solution to the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they first exhaust their warm market, usually the next thing they're being offered is to buy leads. And they get flooded with so many options with what kinds of leads to buy. There's Facebook leads that you can buy for 20 to 30 some dollars. We mailer leads, TV leads that are a little bit more expensive. Google banner leads. What's your experience with those kind of leads? Have you bought those leads in the past before becoming self-reliant?
Absolutely. I began this business, and many agents can attest to this, with direct mail leads. Mr. Roussel, one thing that I learned early was that you had to spend money on marketing to be successful in this business. But now, in regards to the level of success each person tries to obtain, that's different for everybody. And so one thing that I knew, if I wanted to be successful in this business, I had to market. And so initially it was using direct mail. And that's when people were sending a mail card, and I would give away Walmart gift certificates, et cetera. I learned to incentivize what I was doing. And so that began that process. And of course, I was blessed to build a lucrative business doing it that way. But that was going to people's homes, and geographically, you can only do that for so long. Mm-hmm. And so around 2016 is when we started testing other marketing resources. And that's when we started with the Facebook lead generation, Instagram, Google leads, et cetera, trying to generate leads to a larger geographical area.
What had made you make that transition? So you said in 2016 you started doing Facebook leads. Why at that point? What happened at that point for you to say, you know what, I need to become self-reliant. I need to generate my own leads for myself?
Because I had no control over the lead. So I was getting leads from a vendor that I had to pay money to, but I had no control so much as the lead copy, et cetera. With the Facebook lead generation, it provided me more control over what I was doing. The whole business model changed. And so now I'm able to get with a person with lead copy, the advertisement, the copywriting, all the tools that are necessary, and as well as the automations that are involved to enhance my marketability. Lastly, it allowed me to now move from a geographical area where I could market to the entire United States. That's the key component of a lot of this. Not only being able to generate your own lead, high quality lead, but being able to market to the entire United States of America. And that's what I do now. And that's the agents that we'll be working with. We're going to allow them to broaden their horizon and be able to offer products and services all across the United States.
Yeah, no, and I'm excited for agents to experience that for the first time, because many of the agents that we got to help went from not even knowing where the lead came from, not even knowing when it was generated, what the lead saw when it became a lead. Could have been a Walmart gift card, it could have been a government grant. So when you get on the phone with them, and you've had this experience probably prior to 2016, where they're like, well, we saw some government grant or we saw some Walmart gift card, but now for the first time, agents will be able to control the quality. If they want to talk to 2 people a day, but they want to make sure that those people know exactly that this ad is about life insurance, they've answered 6 questions to qualify for that, they've asked how much coverage they've wanted, and then they even get to call you because they've seen your video, your picture, you're warming the lead. And so what you're doing is you're front loading a lot of the sales force and you're replacing it with marketing. And that's the beauty of this ICA system.
Absolutely.
That we get to do, right?
The inbound client acquisition system that we're going to offer the agent is second to none. With the inbound client acquisition system, actually 40% of the people who see your ad and enter into what we call your sales funnel, 40% of those people will actually call you. Now, for an agent who is accustomed to getting on the phone and making hundreds of calls a day, trying to get a client, trying to get a prospect to buy their product, this is phenomenal. That approximately 40% of the people will contact you to buy the product. That's what the inbound client acquisition system is all about. Generate more inbound calls. Certainly, the agent will be calling people, but I want the agent who's listening to this message right here, that if you have approximately 40% of people now reaching out to you, they saw the ads. And by the way, we need to elucidate just a little bit about the ad, because many of the agents don't even see the ad copy that the organization they're working with is utilizing to generate leads for them. I'll ask an agent, I said, you paid $30 for the lead, but do you know how it was generated? Well, no, Mr. Love, I don't. Did you see the ad copy? Did you have any input into what the ad copy was, or the copyright, etc.? No, Mr. Love. I say, so actually, you don't know if they were trying to sell a boat, an airplane. I'm being facetious, but you don't know if they were offering a government grant, if this was a free government program that's new on the market. You actually don't know what this person responded to. And when you talk with the agent and they tell you, I honestly don't know what they responded to, I let them know. That's why when you call them and you're trying to talk to them about insurance, they have no idea what you're talking about, because that's not actually what I responded to. That's what the inbound client acquisition program is all about, providing agents with a program second to none, plug and play from start to finish on how to generate top quality leads at a cost that's affordable to you as an agent, but where your return on your investment is outstanding.
Yeah, I every time I run your ads, Mr. Love, I always look for at least 4 to 1. If I'm not getting $1 in advertisement and $4 in return, I usually have to reassess the ad and rethink what I'm doing, but that rarely happens. We usually get 3, 4, 5,
That's
6
right.
to 1. That's what we're looking for, right? And the reason why, and you mentioned earlier, 40% of leads, contact first. The reason why, there's actually a couple of statistics that explain why this actually happens. The first one was made by HubSpot, and they had a study, and they said that if you contact a lead within a minute, right? And so the way we structure our advertisement, we get actually the lead to call us first, but we also have automation that's set up as well so that we can follow up with that person and get on a call with them within a minute. If you call that lead within a minute, your chance of closing goes up 391%.
Wow.
4 times more likely to close a lead if you can get that person on the phone within a minute. So HubSpot made that study over tens of thousands of leads inside their CRM, and that was one. Google actually made another study. It takes on average 7 touch points. So they have those little AdWords that they do. It takes on average 7 touch points for someone to make a purchasing decision. And that includes obviously life insurance. And so when you have all these marketing systems put in place, from the moment that someone comes and becomes a lead, they are, followed up with every day. Right? Talk a bit about the automation that's going to be put in place for these agents.
The automation is so important. Oftentimes what the agent has, they get a lead and they have to manually call these people all throughout the day trying to contact them. With the automation that comes with the ICA system, the inbound client acquisition system, the moment that client enters your sales funnel and starts interacting with your ad, and by the way, the landing page, and some people may be listening to this and saying, what is a landing page and all those things? Believe me, these are the things that we will teach them. But they go into this landing page, and so now the prospect has to put in some information. And why that's important, Mr. Roussel, is because people who have done Facebook lead generation, the Facebook lead form self-populates. And what that means, it fills it out, the client or prospect information for you, which is not always accurate. Matter of fact, and I had to learn this through trial and error myself, most often it is not correct information. So with the landing page that we provide the agents, the client actually has to put in more accurate information, such as a phone number, their name, and et cetera, et cetera. And so now you're getting a higher quality lead because the client had to do a little bit of work, which means it's a higher intent lead, because now the client see the information, they have to do a little bit more work. Anyone who goes through that process alone lets you know, okay, this person is interested in the product that I'm offering. Okay, so here's a higher intent lead. Now with the automation, once they fill it out, within 30 seconds, here's what's going to happen. The agent will get a message notifying them that Mr. Jamie Roussel is interested in some life insurance. Okay. And then secondly, the client will get a message letting them know that Mr. Jamie Roussel will be contacting you shortly to provide you with the information you requested. Now you think about that for a moment. All these things happening simultaneously within 1 minute. You getting a message, they're getting a message. And what was that statistic again?
391%.
390% more likelihood of closing if you get in touch with them in what period of time?
1 minute.
Wow. We just mastered that for you. So the agent who get this system with us, now within 1 minute, you're on the phone or the prospect is calling you. But either way, you get an instant notification so that you can call that person almost instantaneously from them filling out that form. You can't beat it.
No. And to take it a step further, so, I mean, we're giving up pretty much what we're doing to people. So the people listening right now, we're pretty much opening what we do completely. So if at this point they're interested, they have the opportunity to book a call with you, Mr. Love, or your team. But make sure that they watch the agent mastery training, right? So that training will teach them exactly more in depth, in line, what we do, what they'll get, what's the process that we use so that Mr. Love can write, how many applications, Mr. Love, do you write per year?
I still, on a consistent basis, write 300 to 400 apps a year. Right. Probably could do more, but 300 to 400 a year is substantial, because most agents in this business write less than 100 applications per year. A matter of fact, you'll probably only find 10% that do over 100.
Right.
And when you start talking 200 and 300 apps per year, you're down to less than 5% of the insurance agents that write that much business per year. Okay. I've done that consistently for many, many, many years.
Right.
And I want to teach agents how to do that. I want to teach them how to sell. And I don't know if this is the forum where we're going to talk about some of those things, but included with this program, you get me. You get Mr. Jamie Roussel over here, but you get my knowledge, and I have a wealth of knowledge to bring to the table. I've been doing this successfully for many, many years. Here's another problem, Mr. Roussel, that I have noticed in this industry, is that you have so many of these one-day wonders and modern-day gurus. Someone who has been in this business 6 months to a year or two have a certain degree of success in this business, and that now they're trying to recruit other agents to work for them and try to sell them products, etc. I want these agents to stop going to these type people. I want you to look for someone such as me, a veteran in this business, who has a sustained level of success for a longer period of time. I think that's so important. But I want to also, before I forget, I want to go back to something we was talking about with the marketing. One of the things that we talked about with the marketing was the one day in terms of the client or the prospect getting contacted immediately in the agent. I also want to talk about the drip campaign that happens. And I want the agents to know that not only do that occur within the program, but that prospect, you talked about those 7 touch points. Yep. That prospect will now get contacted automatically with the automation that we have every day up to a certain period of time.
Yeah, you've perfected those touch points since 2016 when you started implementing the system. So just the other day, you told me, Jamie, send me those follow-up systems. I want to revise them. And I think it's like the fourth time you've revised them in the past 6 months, because you have now access to a lot of data.
That's
the data, because you're selling yourself, but also the data of other agents that are working the system successfully. And you get to see which automation work more than others. And so you're constantly refining that. And now the agents that will come on board with the ICA system will get that day one. It took you 6, 7, 8 years. How many thousands of dollars of trial and error? And we can eliminate that for agents.
How many tens of thousands of dollars? What you just discussed with the automation and the verbiage that we use, through trial and error and tens of thousands of dollars worth of ad spend on Facebook, we continually revise what's going out to that prospect, looking for keywords, psychological engagement that would take that client from being a prospect to a sale. There's a lot involved in that, and so many agents, no fault of theirs, don't have that expertise to do that. And certainly a lot of the people that they find themselves working with don't have that expertise either. We've done this for a long period of time. And so I consider, Mr. Roussel, that we have mastered this process of lead generation and sales training and sales techniques on how do you make that prospect a sale. For an example, I talk with people all over the United States, and so many talk about, educating the client. I said, well, that's great. We are to educate them on products and et cetera. I said, now, however, coupled with your education platform, you need a sales platform. Mm-hmm. I said, now you can be a great educator and be broke. Or you can learn how to combine sales technique, sales training, lead generation with your educational piece. Now you can make some money. Does that make sense?
Yep. And in the agent mastery training, there is a part of you talking about sales, some of your sales frameworks, the QBFs frameworks that you use, the question-based frameworks. So that's in the agent mastery training. They'll get to hear about you, and we'll expand all that. I'll give 15 leads to you, and I'll give 15 leads to someone else. One will make no money, and I know you will. And there's a clear reason why that happens. Obviously, you have the charisma that people need. It's not just that, but it's the sales abilities that you've been able to master for 20. Well, how many years now, Mr. Lowe?
Almost 30 years.
Right. So almost 30 years of perfecting a sales system that now agents can learn in a matter of weeks. Imagine that. Imagine if that was something you had 25 years ago. Where would you have been?
I probably wouldn't be doing this interview. No, I just take that back. I probably would, because I'm at a stage now in my career where I want to help other agents succeed. That's really my driving force right now. I've been in this thing a long time. I've been blessed with the level of success that I've attained. And so now I want to help other agents be successful in this business. That's what this is all about, Mr. Roussel. How can we help other agents be successful in this business that they enter so enthusiastically?
Yeah.
I want to stop the bleeding, the 8% that only make it to 3 years. How can we increase those numbers of people who stay? And the reason you stay, because you're successful. So how can we aid you, agent, in your success in this business? That's what I want to do.
Yeah, agents need to understand that you're not doing this because you weren't able to sell life insurance. You could have easily not been standing here and sell life insurance and nobody would have ever heard of you. most of the others out there that I see, because I'm always looking at what's being offered to agents, they're either not life insurance agents themselves, so have zero industry context. They perhaps have been life insurance agents for a year or two, and now they're trying to do something else and offer something that never was successful in the first place. I remember I had to almost convince you to be doing this because, and tell me, why are you doing this? Why not go and continue selling life insurance successfully like you've been for so many years?
Because of what I've noticed in this industry. I look at some of these other platforms out here, PHP. I call it People Helping Patrick because it certainly has helped him. But I look at programs such as that, bringing agents in at low commission levels, providing them with no lead support. And I look at Family First Life, some of these other companies that bringing these agents in and charging them outlandish prices for old leads that are being circulated to many agents at one time. And some of these other platforms, and I realize after talking with so many agents that they're actually buying into that stuff, and then they're getting disappointed. They get frustrated, discouraged, and next thing you know, they're exiting this business. And so after looking at this for so many years, my wife and some of the other people that have worked with me for years began to encourage me. They said, Mr. Love, you need to reach out to these people. You need to let them know that there's a better way to do this business. You need to share with them some of the things that you are utilizing to grow your business and that has worked successfully for you. And with their encouragement and just watching and being frustrated what I was witnessing, Mr. Roussel, that is the primary reason that I began to, in earnest, seek a way to reach that agent and let them know there's a better way to do this. And I want to introduce you to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a huge opportunity in this business. Or in this industry as a whole, because for anybody else looking at other business opportunities, if you're trying to open up a franchise, for example, if you want to open a Papa John's, you got to put $250,000 down to even get the logo, let alone the rent of the building or the cost of the material to get that started. And now they got to work 3 to 5 years to make their money back. So, you look at the life insurance business where a startup cost can be under $10,000. And they can have their own business. They can work virtually from their home if they choose to, or go into office or whatnot. But there's huge opportunity, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely. And when you talked about working from home, one of the other paradigm shifts that occurred in my business model was around the 2016. We began to start selling 100% from home. So I hope this will appeal to the agent that want to learn, how do I sell from home? Some people may call it telesales, but how do I sell this product, insurance products, from the confines of my home? We began doing it before COVID. I noticed something else that occurred around the time of COVID. I think that was 2020. A lot of people started trying to sell insurance over the phone because no longer were they people wanted you in their homes at that particular time. And I think back to that period, we had already mastered how to sell insurance over the phone because we began doing it around the 2016. So when COVID hit, we were already up and running, doing this thing, doing it successfully. And so the agents that want to learn how to sell from home need to learn from people that have done it successfully for many, many years. And that's what we bring to the table, as well as how do I do it? How do I continually have a flow of high quality leads to sell to That's why this inbound client acquisition system, this Facebook, I like to call it the Facebook lead generation machine, is so important.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Most agents struggle to find a consistent source of leads. And if they do, they buy leads, they'll maybe make their money back. They're kind of chasing this we call it the insurance rat race. They're kind of trying to come back and make their investment back. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because there's a better way to do this. There's a way that you can have leads coming to you instantly. There's a way for you to get high quality leads. And and I want to talk about high quality because that word gets thrown around all the time. High quality, low quality. There's two reasons, and I want you to talk about the sales aspect of the difference between low quality and high quality. But from a marketing perspective, I look at it from a perspective of how much time did it take that prospect to submit the information, number one, and how much time is being taken place from the moment they submit the ad to an agent contacting them. So if you're buying leads, minimum 3 days from the moment you get to that person. We're talking about 1 minute earlier. And most agents are dealing with 3 days. And now you're trying to compete against agents like you, Mr. Love, who get to, and your team, that get to talk to people with, that have submitted it in less than a minute, but also that didn't take 3 seconds to submit the form, or that didn't submit a Walmart gift card, because I'm repeating myself, but there's so much out there. There's so many bad actors out there that are incentivizing these leads with gift cards because that's the only way they can make money on selling leads to the agent. If they can incentivize a person to submit their information with a gift card, or if the ad is very broad and it makes it look like they're going to get free money, well, that to that vendor, it costs them $3, $4, $5 to generate, if not less. Some you've experienced and seen that in this business. There's people that will generate leads for 50 cents because it's not even related to insurance.
Actually, that's mostly what's occurring right now. And the agent, most of them don't even know this. They're not even aware of it. I always say you don't know what you don't know. That many of these leads are being generated for 50 cents. And they're selling these. It's almost a misnomer to call it a lead. They're selling this data to these agents for $10 or more, $20, $25 of something that cost 50 cents to generate. And you're trying to sell someone an insurance product who actually has no knowledge that they even submitted anything regarding insurance. And you're trying to convince them, yes, you did, Mrs. Jones. You said here you were born in 1955, and you can get that data from anywhere. So anyway, this is why the inbound client acquisition system is so important. And and Mr. Roussel, I want the agents to know that this is something that I utilize. My team, this is what they utilize. This is what we do on a daily basis to make us successful in this business. This is why we're able to help so many people on a daily basis, consistent basis. Okay. And my thing, my premise is this, that if you help people, the money will come. As long as if that's your motivation, is helping people, you'll earn money. But let that be your motivation, though, to help people. And I know we don't want to get into the products and all the training that's included with the inbound client acquisition system. But I want the agents to know this, that you get me and the experience, the knowledge, and all my expertise, that you get me. And that's what comes with this program as well. You have my services to aid you, to assist you, because I want to see them succeed.
Well, after they've sold 3 or 4 batches of $25 leads that costed them 50 cents, that's enough profit to not wanting your business again.
Right.
So that's unfortunate. I want to take a little switch here and talk about most of these agents that are being told to start recruiting. We've had experience with many agents that have built or started to build a team under them that have very little experience, let alone success. What's your take on all this?
I think it's sad. One of the primary companies that always come to my mind is Primerica, because I talk with a lot of those agents. They are trying to recruit people as soon as they get a license, because that's the model that company is built on. It's built on a model of recruiting, because I think one of the adages is a sale is the direct result of a recruit. Because if I recruit you, you're gonna buy a product. And so when you listen to something like that, a sale is the byproduct of a recruit. And so you have agents that just recently obtained a life insurance license, now trying to recruit someone. And I said, what are they recruiting you to? Failure? Because they have no sustained level of success themselves. So what could they possibly be recruiting you to? Primerica offers no leads support. They have no leads. So you're out trying, everybody you talk with, quote unquote, is a lead. Now, Mr. Roussel, and I'm not trying to be redundant, but this is a little humorous. What happens is people don't even want to see you coming. Okay, here go that Primerica guy. All they gonna talk about. It's just ridiculous. And so that's why the attrition rate is so high in this business, because you got these people newly licensed trying to recruit someone to do what? You have no sustained level of success whatsoever, what you're going to recruit them for. And again, they're recruiting these people to fail. Because that's what happens.
Mm-hmm. There's an opportunity for those people that have been misguided to now be able to implement a system, perhaps a lead generation system like the one we're talking about. And once you have a working system that gives you high quality leads and inbound calls, now perhaps you can open the conversation of starting a downline. Because you have that opportunity now, you're self-reliant, you have a system, a marketing system, which is what most agents need in this business. And now you have the power and the hold on other agents. But I see so many people in Facebook DMs, they join groups on Facebook, and they're just putting their claw on everything that's out there, anybody that's got a license. But nobody's gonna wanna join your team if you're not successful yourself or you have anything to offer them. It's quite clear.
It is. And so many, they join these different forums on Facebook, and poor soul, once they put their name out there, you got 30 people DMing you, trying to recruit you, etc. I told agents, I said, you have companies like Bankers Life and Casualty and Lincoln Heritage, all these various captive type organizations. I said, don't be impressed that they recruited you. They will recruit anyone breathing. So don't be impressed that they contacted you. And this is the problem in this business. And that's why with the program that we're offering the agent, the client inbound acquisition system, this is what the agent needs.
Right.
This is what the agent needs to be successful in this business. This is the system that my team utilize, and this is what they need. And we're going to make it available to them.
And what happens once an independent agent starts being able to generate their own leads? What can someone expect once they're able to do that?
Actually, and this gets back to the recruiting piece. Now that you have an inbound lead generation system, now you're creating your own leads, okay? So you're controlling your lead. You have it. Now you're able to recruit agents. And we have a recruiting aspect to the client acquisition system that will include now the agent being able to recruit other agents. But think about this for a moment. What are you recruiting them to? You now have something to offer a new agent. You now have something to offer them that they didn't have before, that will now provide them with the sources to generate money. And then they will be able to recruit other agents. So we want agents in a position to recruit other agents, but be able to offer them something that's vital, that's necessary. And that's what this inbound client acquisition system is all about.
Absolutely. So there's going to be a button or a link below if they're watching this and they haven't scheduled a call. And if they have scheduled a call, I'm sure, Mr. Love, you're very excited to either be the one to talk to them or a member of your team will be talking to them.
Absolutely. I want them to click that button below so that we can get in touch with them, have this kind of conversation with them. I want to know their pain points. What is it that bothers you the most? What is it that concerns you? What is it that has you so frustrated at this particular point that you're ready to do what 92% of the people do who enter this business, and that's leave? Why? And so I want them to hit that button below so that myself or one of our regional sales directors can talk with them. Let me say this. Many people were surprised that they had an opportunity to speak with me. Well, Mr. Love, we didn't think we would be speaking with you directly. I said, well, you're one of the fortunate ones because most of the time, one of the regional sales directors are talking with them. But I want to make it a point to make myself available to that person that hits that button. I want to talk with them because I'm genuinely concerned about the things that matter to them. I want to know why are we on this call? Because you didn't have to be on this call with me. And I want to know why so we can assess what will it take to make this person successful in this industry.
Yeah, and so if you end up talking with one of your regional sales managers, that doesn't mean that they'll never get to talk to you.
Oh, absolutely not. I make, I'm readily available and absolutely not. But the regional sales directors that we do have, they're excellent people. They have worked with me for many, many years. When you hear them talking, you're somewhat hearing me talking. They're talking the same verbiage. They've been through the fire with me. They're tried, they're tested. They're good people. They're good people.
Absolutely. Well, last time we did a podcast like this and we had a conversation, our calendars got quite full, right? We had to shut it down 2-3 weeks after.
Yeah.
And there was a reason we shut it down. You told me, Jamie, shut this down. I want to help people, because you care about the people that come on board with this program. You want to make sure that they're successful. You take their success to heart. You walk the talk. And I want to praise you for that. And so for the people watching that are hesitating to talk with you, who knows how long we'll leave it this time, And so just to make sure that they're taking action to book, they click that link. If they haven't scheduled a call with you, to do that. If they have, there's going to be email reminders and text messages to make sure that they show up on the call. They show up on the right Zoom link, because it'll be either a Zoom call or a phone call at the point you're watching this.
That's a good point you brought up. I think I stopped it after about 3 weeks or a month, and I let people know then we don't know when we're going to roll this around again, where we're seeking to bring more agents to introduce them to this platform. So I wouldn't procrastinate. I wouldn't hesitate and put this off, because Mr. Roussel, here's the point. If 92% of agents that enter the life insurance industry leave within 3 years, that lets you know that 92% are not making it. 92% are not successful. I've been in this business now almost 30 years. My wife and I have traveled all over the world because of insurance conventions and et cetera, where you see the top 2%. I want those agents who are hurting, who know that they're being taken advantage of in this business by unscrupulous people, who are sick and tired of buying leads for 10, 20, One company actually charging them $35, $50 for leads. $35 to $50 per lead. I want to talk with that person. That person needs this platform. This inbound client acquisition system was created for that person. The person who got it made, who quote unquote think they don't need any assistance, they got the best thing known to man. This may not appeal to that person.
We don't want those people.
We don't want. Thank you. We don't. But I want that 92% who's ready to throw in the towel, who's ready to quit. We want to help them. And I tell you something. This platform, this inbound client acquisition, Facebook lead generation machine will do it. So again, I want them to click below so that we can have this conversation, so that we can get them involved, get them engaged, and on the road to success in this business.
Absolutely. All right. They know what to do now, and they will see you on the other side. Mr. Love, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and taking the time to speak with me and talk with the people that will soon be talking to you here in the near future.
Well, Mr. Roussel, I thank you for this venue. I thank you for affording me the opportunity to do this. And I want to, again, the reason for doing this is to help these people. I want to help these agents. We want to see them succeed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Love. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Roussel.